Jo Suburi 6 to 10, basic to flowing. Jo Suburi begins from Ken Kamae. 6 to 10 all begins from Ken Kamae. Number 6, Shomen Uchikomi. Same grip, Ken Kamae, Migi Hami, same stance as with the bokken. Exactly the same. Pointing the jaw to the eyes of your opponent. So depending on the length he's away from you, you have to adjust accordingly. And adjust accordingly. Keep your left hand all the way to the end, exactly in the same manner as with the bokken and the sword. Now, do not keep it on your body. Don't keep it down here. Extend it forward, away from your body. So at the level of your navel, it would be. So don't hold it down at this point. That's not correct. Out from the navel, have a good extension, just as you would with the Shomen Uchi, kokushu extension through the body, through the hand. Likewise with the sword, and keep good feeling contact throughout the weapon, whether that would be the bokken or the jaw. Number 6, Shomen Uchikomi. Basic form. As you put your weight back on the back foot, you fold the jaw, and drive it back up as you step back. Above your head, don't let it sit on your head, hold it up. Don't let it fall behind you. Hold it in the Gedan-gaeshi, in the upper kamae here. And then draw with your leg, with your knee, actively folding it as you're moving forward. And come down. The basic form, step by step. 1, 2, 3. Tuck the hip in, just as you would with the Shomen cut with the sword, but do not stick your butt out. So as you cut down, Shomen Uchikomi, don't stick the butt out. When you cut down, yes, you want to tuck the hip in the Iwama manner, but you don't want to stick this out. So to compensate, here, drive the butt down the leg into the ground. So you become 50-50 on your feet, and you have a very stable position with your feet. Now, in the Iwama tradition, with the Saito sensei, who's teaching Wo sensei's style of the weapon, we would have a perfect hami here. So when we hold it in Ken Kamae, we hold it in perfect hami, likewise with the sword. So it's not more of a closed stance when we hold it in the ski kamae. This is properly in the Ken Kamae, and you're on the line. So the feet would line up like this. Now, there are other sword schools that will have a more open stance like this. Totally fine, but just to stick with the Iwama principle, we stick on the line. So when the motion happens, we can do a 180 turn in the very quick manner. Now, if you practice number 6 in the flowing motion, then you really have to investigate how to do with the legs. So you draw close the back leg to draw yourself back and up here. Then you draw your left leg again, but forward, and you come down, and you have no forward momentum. You're completely still. You draw yourself back, lifting the jaw up, drawing yourself forward for the cut. Coming back to Kamae, which is raised, pointing to the opponent's face. Number 7, Renzoku uchikomi, is the double strike. Renzoku means continuous, so there's no stopping in between. So in the basic form, coming, striking once, striking twice. Now, you might not see a big difference between what we would call a basic form, step-by-step teaching, or a flowing form, but I will try to see that it's good to have an understanding of it, because the basic form is to outline the separate different movements so we can learn them independently, but the flowing form, we have to interact the whole body in one flowing motion, so it's a different approach. And we are looking at different things when we look at basic or when we look at flow. So one thing is important here: how do we move between the feet? How do we move our feet here? Now we cut here, Shomen Uchi, come up and come down on the other side. Continue strike without pause. Now, one thing that we might consider in the flowing form is that why do we do a continuous strike? We have it in the 31 jaw kata, 5, 6 and 7, 8. For example, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go around to 9. Sometimes when we practice this with a partner, the first attack, uchikomi, is deflected, and we immediately, without hesitation, attack once again on the other side. So the double strikes, the continuous strikes can also be seen as a natural consequence of the first attack being deflected, and without hesitation we continue attacking on the other side. That would imply, and it would mean, that the first strike is not completed and finished. It's being interrupted up about this level, where we don't try to change anything, but because it's been deflected, we are immediately moving into the second side. And this could even be a point of not necessarily being deflected, but a part of the strategy of coming in anyway. So in the sense of cutting and coming around. So when we're doing flowing, to get the flow really nicely, and the motion as in cutting, walking without any pause between the cuts, we can view it as a interrupted first cut into the second cut. So you come up, up, Renzoku uchikomi, up, hey. This can also be compared to, for example, sometimes when we do a double ski, 24-25 in the 31 jaw kata, 24, 25. Now we have a kumijo, where kumijo, I think it's number number 2, where I finish with a ski and I'm about to be blocked, where I dip underneath and I do finish off with a second ski. So the double skis can also be seen in the context of actually the first ski being either deflected or interrupted, and and you have to continue into a second ski. So it's a continuous ski. So it's not really a second one, it's just an interrupted or continuous ski or strike that becomes in one way 2 strikes. Or up, like that. So if we understand it that in that interaction, these double strikes or these double skis can be understood in that meaning. But that doesn't mean we're going to change the basic form. So number 7, Renzoku uchikomi, come up. This is a vertical extension driving here. Sinking, extending, drive. 1, 2. And so yes, that's, I think about that. Number 6, 7, 8. Number 8, Menuchi Gedan-gaeshi. Basic form. Draw back up. Draw forward. Come back it and hide it behind you. Come off to the left side, strike the knee. Basic form. Menuchi Gedan-gaeshi. Ich, up, hey. In a flowing manner, drive back. When you do it in a flowing manner, you need to understand the quality of the cut that drives forward, extending, reaching its end, and having a pull back and a strike forward. When we do the basic form, we separate the movements, and each movement usually have 2 steps. So coming back, forward, back, forward. Look at the feet here. Coming back, 1, 2, coming forward, 1, 2, coming back, 1, 2, coming forward, 1, 2. In order to look at each movement, when we bring it all together in the flow, 1, 1, 1, down. More or less flowing from foot to foot, not to interrupt the flow. In the flowing version, coming back, drawing back up, drawing forward, drawing back, and drawing forward. Now, we use the elasticity in the body. Here, extending the body forward, and it flows back. Winding the body up, so you use the elasticity in the body to come back. So you're always fill your body up, you connect your body, take out the slack in the body, and then the natural elasticity in the body will help the return and the exercise of the movements. Yeah, so that also changes the quality of the basic form, where we basically just stop, start again, stop, start again, stop, where you don't get to feel the elasticity from one motion to the next. When we do flowing, you change the mindset, you have to change, and you have to work on a different quality. So once again, flowing is not speeded up basics. It's not. When you do basics, do basics. When you do flow, do flow. We move to 9 and 10, which is the Ushiro-tsukis, yeah? So, we move through them a bit quicker. Menuchi, Ushiro-tsuki. And number 10, Yakko Yokomen, Ushiro-tsuki. basic form, Men Uchi Ushiro-tsuki. Yako Yokomen Ushiro-tsuki. One more time, step by step. Number 9, Men Uchi Ushiro-tsuki. Starting from here, coming back, striking forward, draw. So as you start turning to see what's behind you, you're actually extending the arm all the way forward, finding the end. At this point, you have sprung your body is really stretched here. So now with this stretch, boom, you come back. Have a run through the hand. So you don't want to have this kind of motion. You want it to run through your left hand to get the punch. Keep your body in the forward position. Keep your head aligned with your spine and glance back so you see the target from the corner of your eye. Basic form. Draw back up. Draw forward. As you stretch your body, is ready to go. Here, you spring back. And basic form is doing the steps on each foot, 2 steps on each. Coming up, stepping 1, stepping 2. Stepping 1, stepping 2. When we do it in flowing, Men Uchi Ushiro-tsuki, coming in. You slow it down a bit, coming up, striking, stretching, and coming back. And number 10, Yako Yokomen Ushiro-tsuki, basic form. Winding up. Yokomen here. As you turn your body, you keep this stretched, reach, and then release. Come up, Yokomen Uchi, on 2 steps. Stretch, 1, 2 steps. Ushiro-tsuki. When you do it in the flow, possibly block, strike, reach, come back. In the flow, the stepping is 1 step, 2 step. Yo! Yeet! Still the body in the forward position, face aligned with the spine, tuck in, glance over your shoulder, see the target. Sometimes you can be lower, sometimes you can be higher. Target area, belly region to come in. When you do the Ushiro-tsukis, when you reach, you raise it up and you dig in, you stab in. When you do the number 9, Men Uchi Ushiro-tsuki, you reach for it, lean for it, stretch your body, lift it up, stab into the target. Hands are closed, do not open the fingers. If you are stabbing too far, the fingers will be broken up and you will have a very weak grip. Therefore, this angle, downward angle, is the natural in order to have the grip correct. Number 10, here, up, 10, up, here. These are the grips that remains closed. There. Good balance.